In Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, the apocalypse is coming as an asteroid nears Earth, and a man decides to take a road trip to reunite with his high school sweetheart, accompanied by his neighbor who inadvertently throws a wrench in his plan.
The final mission to save mankind has failed. The 70-mile-wide asteroid known as Matilda is set to collide with Earth in exactly 3 weeks' time, and we'll be bringing you our countdown to the end of days, along with all your classic rock favorites.
I can appreciate movies that take sort of a sci-fi element and then make that the background of the movie and it's not the focus. So, of course, in this movie, the end of the world is not the focus of the movie. It's really about these characters. Obviously, that is driving the movie, but it's really about the characters. And so I was somewhat interested in seeing it for that reason, but unfortunately, while it's a nice little movie while you're watching it, it's very forgettable. I'm not going to remember it much past this review even. I wasn't expecting a straight-up comedy, even though the trailers really kind of try to trick you into thinking it's a full-on comedy throughout. But even keeping in mind that it wouldn't be completely hilarious through the whole thing, I didn't expect that. It was pretty dull, and you know, the tone was kind of all over the place, and I didn't really know. The story was kind of all over the place. I didn't know what exactly the focus was for a while, and it was just kind of an odd movie. So getting a little more detailed, like I said, the plot is kind of all over the place. The good thing about it is, like I said, I do appreciate when something like the end of the world is the background to your movie, and it's not like the main focus. So that I can appreciate, and that was fine, I guess. But, you know, the character's story, I just didn't really care much. And it stinks because the middle of the movie got really good, and of course turns out that's where all the stuff from the trailer is. And so it was funny, it was entertaining, I was enjoying it, and then it dropped off completely. And the beginning was rocky, so it's really just the middle that I enjoyed. And other than that, I didn't really care much about what was going on or the characters or anything. Directing-wise, that's I guess where the problem is. It was kind of just a mishmash of stuff. I don't think it knew if it wanted to be a comedy or a serious drama. It was kind of back and forth, and it had like that weird balance because the middle was a lot of funny stuff. The beginning was kind of funny, and then the rest of the movie wasn't funny at all, like at all. So I didn't know what this movie was trying to be, but I don't think they knew either, and that's the problem. And acting-wise, the acting was okay. It was fine for what this movie's worth, I guess. Steve Carell was a little bit too down on his luck for my liking. I mean, I didn't have anybody to really root for in the movie because it was just, he was a little bit too poor me, you know? And then Keira Knightley's character was, I didn't know if her character was supposed to be high all the time or maybe mentally challenged, but it was a little distracting. Maybe Keira Knightley makes weird faces and I just forget or I'm not used to it, but it was a little bit distracting. I didn't know what the heck was going on. Overall, the acting was just okay, like I said. It was nothing special, but it wasn't bad by any means. But in this movie, I guess it worked, because the movie was kind of whatever, so there you go. And that's really all I have to say about Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. I really just didn't care much for it. It's not even that I disliked it, I just really don't care, honestly. And so hopefully this review reflects that. I just really was not interested in it while watching it. I've never been so anxious for the world to end. That's all I can say about Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie. Did you like it a lot more than me? Once again, I kind of just didn't care about it. I'm going to forget about it right away. Let me know what you thought of the tone of the movie, or like the story, I guess, kind of being a little confusing and all over the place. Also, let me know what you thought of I thought the middle act was very funny and then it dropped off completely. Do you agree or disagree on that? Let me know anything you want about Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and that's pretty much it.
You can't be serious.
How fast are you going?
15 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Given the... Couldn't you find it in your heart to give my friend here a fighting chance of being with the one he loves before we all reach our untimely conclusion?
No.